Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are so excited you're here and thank you for joining us. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those through the Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are there, ready and available to answer any questions you have. Your camera and microphone are off. You're muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. This recording will be available a week from today. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois. We are currently in session F2, where my mouse is circling. And so without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our first presenter from Spoon River College.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to have you guys all here and joining with us today on this virtual visit. Hoping you guys are all well and having a great semester. We're at that midway point, so it's coming up to college days are coming closer. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, my PowerPoint up here. Maybe here in just a second. All right, it's not letting me share my screen. Oh, there we go. All right, so here is our PowerPoint here today for the virtual college fair. So why Spoon River College? Why pick a junior college over a 4-year? One, we have smaller class sizes. Our typical class size is about 25 students or less. So you get that one-on-one intimate time with your instructor, as well as getting to know your classmates a little bit better. Two, we have that lower tuition cost, which I'll give you kind of a preview of that in the following slides. But it's about 1/3 the cost of traditional tuition at a 4-year university. A typical year will be $52,000 for you. So huge cost savings with getting a lot of your general education courses completed and out of the way. And three, it's an easy transition from high school to college, especially with those smaller class sizes. We are centrally located in Illinois. A lot of students find that find that transition easier. Like I was talking about earlier, here is the tuition and fee structure, just showing that Spoon River College does have that 1/3 the cost compared to the public and private universities. So huge cost savings while still getting those gen eds completed, and then your ability to transfer on after your 2 years at Spoon, and then you'll be able to go on to those bigger colleges while still getting high quality education. Next is our transfer programs. We have a wide variety of our transfer programs here at Spoon River College. What we are typically doing with these transfer programs is getting you paired to transfer on to that 4-year university. So we would focus in some of these areas, but still mainly our target is getting a lot of those gen eds completed while still in your elective column, focusing kind of on those majors, especially toward the school that you're hoping to transfer to. We'll try and make sure that we get all those classes completed so that you're ready as a junior when you transfer to really focus on your major courses when you're at that 4-year institution. We also have a lot of career and technical programs. A lot of these programs can be done within 2 years or less, especially some of the certificates that we have to offer. It's a great opportunity for individuals who are thinking about going into the workforce right after high school, or maybe someone who is potentially in the workforce but wants to improve their skills to improve their income or their salary while at that workplace. So wonderful opportunities here at Spoon River College just to get ahead while saving you money at the same time. Here are a couple of our top transfer locations that our students do go to. And all of these places have a high transferability rate from our Spoon River College classes to that institution. So just to kind of explain that a little bit more, our classes do transfer with almost 100% transferability rate to all these institutions and more. So this is just a very short list of all the institutions our students do transfer on to. To give you a little bit of an idea of our course delivery format at Spoon River College, we have that traditional face-to-face, so where you'd come to one of our 4 campuses, meet with your instructor, get your lessons for the day, and then go home and then kind of do it all over again. We do not have classes on Friday, so campus is closed then, which is a nice little perk. Gives you time if you are working to have that day off or to catch up on your courses. The next option that we have is a hybrid course where you would meet in person and online. Typically, our hybrid courses meet once a week, and then the rest of the time they are online, homework, tests, everything like that. And then we have strictly online. So the student would not need to come to campus unless they would like to, but they would do all their coursework and everything online unless specified by the instructor for maybe tests that maybe need to be proctored. So just to become a Spoon River College student, there are 4 easy steps. The first step is to apply. You can do that at our SRC website, that src.edu. There will be an apply option there. It's easy to apply and free, maybe takes about 15 minutes. Spoon River College is an open enrollment institution, so once you apply, you are automatically accepted. Step 2 is to finish the assessment process. We will ask that you submit your ACT, SAT, and high school official transcripts to us to be evaluated. And then if any further testing needs to be completed, we'll contact you from there. The only reason why we do assessment is to make sure that students have the most success in their classes. So we want to make sure that you meet that college level readiness. And if not, then we'll add some kind of prep courses to your schedule just to get you at that college ready level. Step 3 is a financial aid. Everyone needs to fill out their FAFSA. That helps you get your free money and scholarships. And then step 4 is to meet with your advisor. So we do have a bunch of scholarship opportunities at Spoon River College through our SRC Foundation. That can be found on our SRC website, listed down there at the bottom at the src.edu/scholarships. Athletics, we are a part of the NJCAA Division II Region 24. We just recently added esports to our collection of athletics at Spoon River College. We also have men and women's basketball, softball, baseball, and women's volleyball. Our men's basketball, baseball, and softball are all nationally ranked, so that is one major highlight that we have with our athletics. We also have the trail program, which is wonderful for our first-time generation, and they have wonderful services there. We also have a wonderful library to offer to our students, a great study place, great place to meet with tutors, get faculty help, all of those wonderful things. So let Spoon River College take you where you want to go. There is my contact information, and we hope to see you there soon.
Awesome, thank you. The next presenter is from UW Parkside.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to get going here and share my screen, and we'll get talking about UW Parkside here. Alrighty, so I really just have one page for you with a lot of different pieces of information. So here we go. So University of Wisconsin Parkside, for those of you who might not be familiar, we're located in Kenosha, Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin, so not too terribly far away. We often get students from northeastern Illinois and various parts of the country, of course, but being as we are so geographically close to Illinois, definitely work very closely with our students in the northeastern portion. We're founded a little over 50 years ago. So UW Parkside is a lot younger of an institution. Not as many people are familiar with us, and we're smaller in size. And so in many cases, when students are considering various different options, as my student from Spoon was just mentioning, right, we have smaller class sizes, and that's a huge benefit in that transition from high school into college. We have a ratio of about 19:1 students per faculty. So looking at a much more personalized experience, have that opportunity to work directly with your professor is going to create a lot of opportunities for you. With us being located between Milwaukee and Chicago, as many of our sister institutions on this call are, it's going to mean a lot of different opportunities for you. There's many different levels of industry, many different corporations and larger organizations. For example, SC Johnson, Uline, Abbott Labs, various different organizations and institutions that we work very closely with and demand students that come from our region. When looking at the University of Wisconsin Parkside, we have 43 majors, 58 minors, 38 certificates, and an ever-growing graduate program. Again, being a younger institution, we really want to focus on the quality that we offer and not necessarily the quantity. So we do have a variety of different programs that we talk about, but some that you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner here are what we call our signature programs, highly lauded computer science program, pre-health program, criminal justice, and theater arts. There are a wide variety of other programs that are also highly lauded, such as our sports management program, which is top 10 in the nation for a variety of different reasons. So a lot of different opportunities and offerings for students who are interested in various different areas. Albeit we have one of the smallest student populations in the state of Wisconsin as a part of the UW system. We actually have a lot of land that's surrounding us, hence the name Parkside. We have about 700 acres of what I would call kind of forest preserve for those who are from Illinois, of course, being familiar with that system, but really, really cool. So you can kind of get the best of both worlds. So being in Kenosha, you certainly have a wide variety of different options, feeling more like being in a suburb of a large city rather than, maybe out a little bit in the country. So you get some of those good options, as well as then still having the large cities accessible that I was referring to. So when it comes to academics, going hand in hand with opportunities, our students then building those relationships with professors, as I was mentioning, having that closer knit, tighter knit opportunity to work with professors. There's definitely a lot of different internships and living, learning, community-based opportunities as well. Of course, we have a very, very strong study abroad program with everything going on. Fortunately, we don't have students out and about, but we do have them immersed in various different communities here in the southeastern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois region. So still plenty of opportunities to learn and get hands-on experiences while doing it in a safe way. When thinking about our student population, we are the most diverse population of students ethnically in the UW system, with close to about 20% or so of our students that are emerging right now are Hispanic. You'll see in the upper right-hand corner that we are what's called an emerging Hispanic serving institution. So, right, just acknowledging the fact that we have this population that needs to be served. When you consider our larger population at the University of Wisconsin Parkside, about 60% of our students are first gen. So we know what it's like when you're making that transition. I myself was a student at the University of Wisconsin Parkside about 10 years ago, as was my colleague Brittany Bean, who's also on this conversation with us this evening. So we know what it's like. We know what that transition is. And we offer lots of different programs and scholarships and opportunities and things for you to be able to grow and develop and achieve the goals that you want to achieve in your academic career with us. You can see in the very middle of the screen there, or rather the second column, if you will, we are then the most affordable school in the UW system. And in many cases, for students such as myself that came from Northern Illinois, it was actually one of the most affordable options for me when I received the out-of-state scholarship. It was just one of our merit-based scholarships, provided me the opportunity to be able to take out less loans when I was a student at UW Parkside many years ago. We have our Parkside Plus program, which many people get confused about. Want to just clarify really quickly that that is in fact not a free tuition program, and it is primarily offered to Wisconsin residents. So if we do have anyone that does happen to kind of live back and forth between Wisconsin, Illinois, what have you, definitely let us know and we can work with you on that. But just want to welcome all of you. Know that these are challenging and trying times. We will get around this. We will be able to move forward and get back to a normal progression of life. If UW Parkside sounds like it might be a good fit for you, you can certainly contact us. Our website is uwp.edu, University of Wisconsin Parkside.edu. You can certainly email me at youngj, so young, Y-O-U-N-G, J as in Joseph, at uwp.edu with any questions that you have. And at UW Parkside, we kind of have the philosophy where, if Spoon is the best fit for you, if IU is the best school for you, if any other institution is the best fit for you, then we're here to serve you and help you find the best opportunity, even if it's not UW Parkside. So good luck to all of you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Just a friendly reminder that we do have, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those through the Q&A. All representatives are available and ready to answer any questions that you have. And we also find that it's helpful to also include the institution name. So feel free to do that in the Q&A throughout any of the presentations. The next representative is from Lawrence Technological University.
All right, hello everybody, welcome. My name is Jill Homerding and I'm the Chicago Regional Admissions Counselor for Lawrence Technological University, or as we often say, Lawrence Tech or LTU. So you'll be hearing me use those names throughout the presentation. To start, Lawrence Tech screen real quick on you. Lawrence Tech is a small private university with a heavy focus on STEM. Lawrence Tech is located in Southfield, Michigan, which is about 20 miles northwest of downtown Detroit and about a 5-hour drive from the Chicagoland area. Southfield is the nation's #1 region for engineering, architecture, and technology. Our size, I mentioned that we're a small school, so to be more specific, we have about 2,500 undergraduate students. 11:1 is our student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is 15. Additionally, all of our courses are taught by faculty, so you'll never have a teaching assistant or a graduate assistant. And just a quick history lesson, we were founded in 1932 by the Lawrence brothers as a college of engineering. So our first campus was actually adjacent to the Henry Ford Model T plant. And so their idea was that workers could work at the plant during the day and come to school in the evening. So what they were learning in the classroom, they could actually apply that right on the job. And then that developed into a model that we still hold true to this day on our campus, and that is theory and practice. Oh, sorry. So what I mean by theory and practice is that not only are our students getting a base of theoretical knowledge to be successful, but then they're getting that hands-on education and experience from day one. All of our programs are direct admit, so students are getting in the studios and the labs freshman year, first semester right away, jumping right in, getting their hands dirty. We want to make sure that our students at the undergraduate level are having these opportunities. You know, in other ways we carry out our motto of theory and practice are through things like co-ops and internships, undergraduate research, and one of my favorite aspects that Lawrence Tech offers to students, and that's called LTU Zone. So what is that? Well, technological is our middle name, so we really like to incorporate technology in everything that we do. So LTU Zone is our campus laptop program for our students, and it's included in tuition, but it's not just any laptop, it's a high-end laptop loaded with industry standard software designed specifically for your major. Because it's professional grade software, it's the same as what companies are using. So you have a leg up when you're applying to internships and even jobs. You already know the software, so you don't have to be taught. It's not required, but most of our students take advantage of this awesome program. All right, so moving on to campus life. We still have a lot to offer on campus, even though we're a small school. We have over 60 clubs and organizations, so there's always something to do on campus to get involved. We have Greek life, cultural organizations, professional organizations, special interest groups. Another great way our students can become involved on campus is by living on campus. We have 4 great dorms on campus, but the one I focus on is East Residence Hall because that's our only our freshman dorm. It's where all our freshmen live. It's brand new, it's community style. So because of that, we really want there to be that sense of camaraderie. That's why we make it community style on purpose. We want you getting out of your room, using the lounges. There's even a fitness center in the building. We want you getting out, making connections with our students living in the, or other students living in the building. Another thing I like to mention when talking about campus life is that anyone can have a car on campus, freshmen included, and parking is absolutely free. For those of you that would choose not to bring a car, there is an Amtrak train that goes from various Chicagoland locations to the town right next door to Southfield, which is called Royal Oak. So a lot of our out-of-state students from the Midwest utilize the train to get back and forth from home and to campus. And then in regards to athletics, we do have over 30 men and women's varsity sports teams, varsity athletic teams. You can see them listed on the screen here. We are a part of the NAIA, which means you can receive scholarship for your sport. I do like to point out this does include our marching band, our drumline, dance team, and color guard. So if you're a part of those, you can also earn scholarship as well. And if you're interested in playing a varsity sport, you can go to ltuathletics.com and fill out a recruitment form. All right, next up, you'll see from the chart that the tuition does vary a little bit based upon the college that you're in, but you can see it ranges from $34,000 to $36,000 a year. And then when you add in housing and a meal plan, you're looking closer to $45,000 to $47,000 a year. This is what we like to call our sticker price. So what I mean by that is this does not include any scholarships or financial aid for our students. Sorry,
Hey, are you sharing screen?
I thought I was. Was I not this whole time and no one told me?
I thought you were just talking. I didn't know you had to share screen. Sorry.
I did share it. I'm so sorry, everyone. My apologies. I thought I had it shared in the beginning. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, let me. Sorry. My computer, now I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry, guys. And now I don't know where my PowerPoint just went. Or that's where the. I'm so sorry. I thought I was this whole time. Not. There we go. Although I'm probably out of time anyway. But anyway, so just, oh, there now, is it sharing? Sorry, guys. I'll just skip to the end where I kind of give my information. So please feel free to contact me if you have any questions at all. My number, my email, and then also visit too. We still have on-campus opportunities. Of course, we have tons and tons of virtual opportunities that you can sign up for. What you can see is underneath ltu.edu/future-students/calendar. But if you are able and willing to come to Michigan, we are offering on-campus tours as well. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a great one.
Thank you. Very great information, and excited to announce our next representative from Knox College.
Jill, you presented so well, we didn't even notice that anything was wrong. You just did so good. Hi, so my name is Sarah Colangelo. I am from Knox College in Galesburg, Illinois. I'm about to give you a whirlwind tour of Knox College, the human-powered experience at Knox College. And if you get mail from Knox, you've heard human-powered before or seen it in print. What we mean by that is that students make things happen on campus, right? When we came back this year, we're sort of developing protocols for being back on campus. Students had a hand in that. Students have a hand in approving faculty and new majors. You know, if you've ever been on an athletic team or in an ensemble, every member of your team changes the way you perform, changes the way you play. So that's what we mean by human powered. Let's shift to the things everyone wants to know. Knox is a college of about 1,200 students, which means classes are usually between 10 and 20 folks. Students come from 45 states and 49 countries. Knox is about 19% international, and about 32% of our students self-identify as BIPOC students. We have over 100 student-run organizations and 18 NCAA Division III athletic teams. All of this to say, there are a lot of different kinds of people on campus, and they're all doing things together. So you're learning from people just as much as you're learning from your classes. Knox is one of the 40 colleges that change lives. I always say if you're doing it right, there isn't a college that won't change your life, but the 40 colleges that change lives, if you like what you hear from Knox, it's a really good place to start. If you like small, mid-sized, if anybody's ever told you do well at a liberal arts college, this is the kind of place you might want to peek at. A couple of quick stats in terms of admission. Over the last 3 years, 67% of applicants were offered admission to Knox. The average unweighted GPA on a 4.0 scale is about a 3.5. Knox has been test optional since 2006. So you don't have to worry about submitting those scores if you don't want to, but you certainly can. How does it feel to be here? You can come visit if you're comfortable with that right now. What I want you to do is if you do like what you hear today, let me know, because I want to connect you with current students, because they're going to give you the best idea of what it feels like to be at Knox. Again, you're going to learn a lot outside the classroom at Knox, as much as you're going to learn in the classroom. So it's important how it feels to be on campus. It feels busy, but not chaotic. There's always something to do, but there's also always time to sit in the cafeteria and talk to 5 different groups of people. Productive, but not exclusively goal-oriented. You should explore. It's okay to be undecided at Knox. You can kind of chase rabbits academically and try new things on. Collaborative, but never competitive. Philosophical, but not pretentious. This one's my favorite. Students like to have deep conversations at Knox, but never just to hear themselves talk. Friendly, but not shallow. People mean it when they ask you how you are. Unapologetically smart, because learning things is a way to making the world better. And very human. Knox students do cool stuff, but they're pretty chill about it. We're in Galesburg, Illinois. So Galesburg is about a 2.5-3 hour drive from the city of Chicago. We are right between Davenport and the Quad Cities in Iowa, and Peoria, Illinois. It's a city of about 33,000 people, oftentimes bigger than people think. It's been around for a long time. The city of Galesburg and the college were founded in 1837 by a group of abolitionists. Galesburg has really good food. I could talk about this all day, so I'll make it quick. Really good local Korean, a great organic food store, local food to die for. But we also have a Target and a Buffalo Wild Wings, if that's more your speed. Again, we're on the Amtrak line. The train's about 1.5 blocks away from campus, so it's really easy to get back and forth to home if you are from the Chicagoland area, or if you're from around Quincy, things like that. And it's a cool opportunity. I could talk all day about what a cool thing it is to be in a small city. We're across the street from the courthouse in town. There are 2 large hospitals. If you want to walk into a small business in Galesburg and say, hey, how can I make a difference for you? That's really impactful, and that's really possible in a place like Galesburg. A couple things that are a little bit unique to Knox. The Power of Experience grant. So your junior year at Knox, $2,000. It's waiting for you right now. You can use that $2,000 to do research or creative work, internships, study abroad, live someplace while you're doing an internship. You can't just sit in a classroom for 4 years and graduate from Knox. There's research funding on top of this in addition to that, but that's something that you've got waiting for you. At Knox, we're on kind of a trimester system. So 3 classes at a time, 3 terms per year. That's 9 classes a year. 9 times 4 is 36 classes total. Out of those 36, it takes between 10 and 12 to finish off a major, and you don't have to declare your major till the end of your sophomore year. Here's a list of majors. You can look this up online, but just to give you a little bit of an idea of what these look like, take classes you're interested in your first year. If you know what you want to do, that's great, but if you don't, take stuff that you're interested in. And then immersion terms. Don't have to do one of these, but you can. These are unique to Knox. My favorites, Green Oaks term, students spend that 9-week trimester living at Knox's 700-acre biological field station, right? It's a pretty cool one. There's quite a few that are pretty unique. Start talking about money with your family right now, if you haven't already, especially if you're a junior or a sophomore just starting. This is kind of a basic idea of what it might cost to go to Knox. We will work with you. If you need help applying or paying for college, let us know and we will help. Just a couple statistics. Every school has, a collection of statistics, but I think these speak to what Knox is all about and do it pretty well. Kind of give you an idea of things here because you'll have experience in a field that you care about, and you'll know that you care about your field. That puts you in a pretty good position at a place like Knox. So just a couple of things to remember here. If you need anything, again, my name is Sarah Colangelo. Let me know. I can connect you with different folks on campus, get to know the people, get to know the place. And with that, I will call it a day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. As we hear from our other 2 schools, I do want to go ahead and put in another reminder that if you have any questions at all, feel free to do so through the Q&A. There's been some great questions coming in so far, so keep them coming, and we're excited to answer any questions that you may have. The next presenter is from Butler University.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much. I have to move a few things around. Of course, when you share your screen, everything just moves. So just a second while I get everything straightened up. Here we go. All right, so hi everyone and good evening. I'm excited to be here with you today to share some just kind of a quick overview of Butler University. My name is Laura Shutt and I am an Assistant Director of Admission and also a Chicago-based regional representative. So I work specifically with students who attend high schools in the city of Chicago and the north and northwest suburbs, but actually in total, Butler has 5 admissions counselors who cover Illinois. So I definitely encourage you to find your own admissions counselor by visiting our website. Butler is a private, non-religiously affiliated, mid-sized university located in the city of Indianapolis in Indiana, which is about a 3-hour drive or so from the Chicago area. We have just under 4,700 undergraduate students and around 500 grad students. And you'll see that our students are mostly coming from out of state, with about 55% of students coming from outside of Indiana. While we are located in the city limits of Indianapolis, though, the university is about just 5 miles north of the downtown area, which you can kind of see a peek of that in the photo here. So campus itself is a residential campus. We're tucked away in a very residential neighborhood as well, and it really gives you that true campus feel. We're known for providing small classes, opportunities to engage directly with professors, and real-world experiences through internships, research with faculty mentors, performances, and community engagements. So I don't have a lot of time today to go over application information, so I just wanted to quickly share that Butler has an early action deadline of November 1 and a regular decision deadline of February 1. Our middle 50% range is about a 3.6 to about a 4.2, then that's a weighted GPA, and then a 24 to 30 on the ACT and 1150 to 1300 for the SAT. Butler is test optional now, and we are remaining test optional every year moving forward. And then students are automatically considered for our merit-based scholarships when they apply to the university. Oh, okay. Butler was founded as a liberal arts institution, and this still serves as our educational foundation today. So with that average class size right at 22 and the student to faculty ratio of 11:1, you'll find your classroom experience to be very student focused, very engaging. Your professors will get to know you and you'll get to know your classmates as well through lots of discussion and group projects. So as you can see here, we have 6 different academic colleges that focus on communication, education, liberal arts and sciences, pharmacy and the health sciences, visual and performing arts, and business. And then for any students who are really unsure of what they want to study, I always encourage them to look into our exploratory studies program. It's a great way to start at Butler and is probably the most popular way to actually start as a first-year student. Students will start taking courses within their major in that first year, in addition to taking courses in what's called our core curriculum. What's unique to our core curriculum is that we do have an Indianapolis community requirement. And so students actually participate in a course where service in the community is just really integrated into that curriculum. While it's not a requirement for all of our majors, we do find about 75% of our students will complete at least one internship before they graduate. Many of our students will take advantage of our location in the city of Indianapolis, of course, for those internship experiences. But then we'll also find that we have a lot of students that'll do internships through one of our 2 semester-based programs. One is in Washington, D.C., and the other is in New York City. And then, of course, even though our students love our campus and they love Indianapolis, we do find about 40% of Butler students will spend one semester studying abroad through one of our 200+ programs in 60 different countries. And then because of all these hands-on experiences, our Butler students have had a lot of success after graduation, and that is demonstrated by our 98% placement rate. Shifting gears, want to talk about that student life experience. We do have a new program called Be You, Be Well, and you can see there are 8 dimensions that kind of make up that framework. And it really serves as the foundation of that transformative and really holistic Butler experience. And so we foster that positive environment that just helps our students develop both in and outside of the classroom through each of those 8 dimensions. Butler is a residential campus. We do have a 3-year housing requirement. And then over the past 5 years or so, we have built 2 brand new residence halls. One is currently for our first-year students, and then we do have one for sophomores, and both kind of have that focus on suite style living. We recently partnered with Bon Appetit as our dining vendor. They specialize in sustainability. They work with local farmers and really provide a lot of healthy food options for our students. And then we have a very active campus. We have about 130 clubs and student organizations, really active Greek life with about 35% of students participating. We're NCAA Division I for college athletics, so we do have 20 different teams and participate in the Big East Conference. Students get access to all the sporting events for free, and that includes men's basketball, which is certainly a big deal on campus. And then if you're a member of the official student section for basketball, it's called the Dog Pound, you actually get kind of special access to the men's basketball games. And then something that's really unique to Butler is that we certainly take a lot of pride in our school. We have great school spirit, and that is definitely represented through the Butler Way and what's called our community of care. Lastly, I do want to say that we are open right now for campus visits. So I certainly encourage you to check out our website, butler.edu/visit for more information. We would love to see you down on campus. So thanks so much. I look forward to working with you. My colleagues look forward to working with you, and best of luck as you go through your college search. So go Dogs.
Thanks. All great information shared so far. I'm really excited to share our last presenter, but certainly not least, from Indiana University.
Great. We're going to take about an hour trip south of Indianapolis with my friends Laura and Butler University to Indiana University Bloomington. Let me get my screen up here. There we go. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Scott Siegel, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Senior Associate Director of Admissions at my alma mater, Indiana University Bloomington. Established in 1820, IU's built a strong tradition of excellence and innovation, both in and out of the classroom. From nationally recognized academic programs to Division I varsity Big Ten athletics, all on one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. IU will offer you rich experiences both inside and outside the classroom. Our 33,000 undergraduate students hail from all 50 states and over 130 different countries. IU celebrates not only the geographic diversity of our student body, but its ethnic, religious, political, and socioeconomic diversity that makes our learning community so rich. About 26% of our student body are domestic students of color. Part of the IU education is the ability for students to customize their educational experiences. Our 12 schools offer more than 200 majors to choose from, meaning there's something for everyone. Students will be able to work with academic advisors and faculty to create an academic program that is uniquely customizable, whether it's pursuing a double major, multiple minors, or even creating their own major through our individualized major program. IU students are working towards jobs that are not yet imagined. IU Student Support Services help students succeed during their time at Indiana and beyond through individualized academic advising sessions, academic support centers throughout campus, and our Wells Library Learning Commons. Students have access to tools to help them become the best students they can be. IU's Career Services help students begin their careers before they leave campus by starting early and finishing strong. Our Career Development Center helps students who are still exploring their majors understand their skills and interests and helps them navigate IU majors that will help them work in their field of choice. Once a student is declared a major, they will take classes with one of our 12 school-specific career centers and have access to resume workshops, internship and career fairs, and hundreds of employers that come in person to Bloomington to hire our students every year. So over 30% of IU students will study abroad at least once before they graduate. IU offers over 300 study abroad programs in more than 50 countries and in 18 languages, including English. More and more, we see students combining their overseas study experience with an internship or hands-on research experiences while overseas. At IU, what you learn outside the classroom will be just as valuable as what you learn in your classes. With over 750 different student organizations, 55 club and intramural sports, and a thriving arts and culture community that boasts over 1,800 performances on campus every year. From watching an opera staged by the world-class Jacobs School of Music to touring the Eskenazi Museum of Art, you'll find that the cultural resources at IU and in Bloomington rival that of a much larger city. And certainly Hoosier spirit is alive and well on the IU campus. Most athletic events are free to students, and our students love to cheer on our teams. Assembly Hall boasts the largest student section in NCAA basketball and is known as one of the hardest places in the country to be a visiting team. Hoosier football, along with baseball and women's basketball, have risen to national prominence over the last few years, while men's and women's swimming and diving and men's soccer continue to be perennial Big Ten and national championship contenders. In terms of applying, I strongly encourage prospective applicants to apply by our non-binding early action deadline of November 1 of your senior year. Applying early action offers students the highest admission and scholarship consideration. Early action applicants will also hear back from us early, letting you enjoy more of your senior year. The middle 50% of students admitted for fall 2020 had high school GPAs between a 3.61 and a 4.0. SAT scores between an 1180 and a 1370, and ACT scores between a 25 and a 32. Students can submit a complete application to IU through our internal application, Apply IU, and we're also a member of the Common Application as well as the Coalition application. And we are test optional. We will continue to be test optional after COVID. We were the first Big Ten university to announce that we were going test optional. So if you apply by November 1 of your senior year, you can choose whether or not you would like to submit a test score or not. Either way, you will receive full admissions and scholarship consideration. I certainly appreciate your interest in Indiana University. I am one of 2 Chicago-based regional admissions directors. And so you can find my contact information. My colleague Emily is on maternity leave right now, so I would be working with anybody from Illinois. But there are 2 of us. You can find our contact information on the admissions website there. So we'd love to work with you as you continue to explore all of the great opportunities in Bloomington. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Again, thank you for all the helpful information. And I hope that as people, everyone's getting their last minute Q&A questions in, we'll jump into our portion of Q&A, where I would ask at this time, invite all our presenters to please turn on their videos, to unmute themselves, and we'll pivot now into our first question, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
I think we were supposed to do this in the same order, but I'll jump in since nobody was talking. So I would say visit, go visit. There's so many amazing schools, and there's something about stepping foot on a campus that really can help you get a feel for that institution and have an idea if it's a good home for you.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally cut you off before you said anything. Yeah, I think that I always say that you are going to learn a lot of things about yourself. And like when you get on a campus, you learn like, oh, I don't like this, or like, oh, I didn't know that I was looking for this thing. Or when you even start to research and like read about different institutions, like you don't really know, you think you know what you like. I say I don't mean that in a condescending way, because I'm like this all the time. Like I think I know what I like, and then I see something different and I'm like, oh no, that's what I like. So yeah, just get exposed to a lot of different kinds of institutions and listen to what you're learning about yourself, how different people talk about you and what they recommend to you, and what you can learn about who you are through those kinds of things too.
So there's two things I strongly suggest students do. One, think about the money, think about the finances. Go to somewhere where you feel like you can afford, or someone that's going to offer you money, or, you know, apply for as many scholarships as you can. And when applying and looking for money, get creative. Go to your local churches, go to, you know, if you work at a place that has tuition assistance programs, do that, you know, get really creative when it's time to find funding. Even when you're in college, keep looking. There's certain departments and certain offices that will provide that funding for you. And also second, I know, and of course, visit different universities, but I think the first step you need to do is really sit down and reflect on what you want as a person. It's easy to visit university and like certain things and certain aspects about any university you visit, but I think you really don't know what you want until you get to know yourself. And I think that is extremely important. And keep in mind, you will change, you will grow, of course, but keep in mind into what you want, into what your values are, and what that university represents. So I think even before visiting a campus, sit down with yourself and do some self-reflection and get to know what you want or like.
Ditto to all of that. Visit if you can, and especially now in the world that we're living in right now, you know, make sure you can do, if you can't visit or you don't want to visit because you're not comfortable traveling, make sure you check out their virtual opportunities. I'm sure everyone on this panel, like there's been tons of virtual opportunities put in place because of that. So even check out virtual opportunities because visiting is so crucial, but obviously not everyone can do that right now. So check out virtual opportunities as well.
And I would say in the virtual space and hopefully sooner rather than later in personal spaces, connect with us that are admissions directors in your area. And so you can find out through your school who would be the representative that you can connect with. That's what we're here for, is to be your advocate and to share information with you and connect you with other resources. I think it's great to connect with current students, with faculty, and we can certainly help do those kind of things so you get a well-rounded perspective of the institution, what it's like to be a current student there, what the academic environment is like. So let us be your guide through that process.
I'd also like to just
go ahead.
Chime in. Just ask as many questions as you can. There's never a wrong question or a not important question. Every question is always welcome to all of us. We're always here just to help answer those questions for you and just kind of help you also figure out kind of what you're looking for. When you do come on tours with us, questions are always highly welcomed. I mean, I'm sure all of us give kind of the same spiel, and after a while, giving the same spiel is kind of boring for us. So when we have questions like that, just like gets us that much more excited, that much more proud of our school and our institution. We want to show you everything that we possibly can. So questions are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
I definitely echo all the great advice. Where everyone's here to help, especially during this college search process and application process, and great advice, great information shared. It's always helpful to hear from those who are directly working at the respective institutions. And so thank you all for sharing as representatives, and thank you all for joining us. As we close, there will be a quick 4-question survey that will appear. We ask that if you have a brief moment to take it and provide us any feedback that you may have. It's always really helpful for us. And then this recording will be available a week from today. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois. Again, thank you so much and have a great evening.